All right, here we are again, fellas. You know what I'm saying? Here we are again, fellas. You know what I'm saying? We got man, Agent dropped some new. The rise and fall of NBA 2K documentary. It's only 11 minutes. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, might as well react to it, see what's going on in here. Professional 2K Dev here. You know what I'm saying? Let's get right into the video. No waste no time.
NBA 2K has had a storied history with a lot of ups and downs, some fantastic products and some miserable products. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're asking one question. Which 2K was the greatest of all time?
Hold on.
And we're hunting for answers. Now, I've been playing NBA 2K for over a decade, and when the conversation is usually brought up, three games come to mind. NBA 2K11, NBA 2K16, and NBA 2K19.
2K16, man. Remember when you coming home from school, like I said before, on a Friday afternoon, coming home, you love that park for the first time. You don't get off to the next day, man. That was a 2K19 was solid too.
They were the best overall 2K products.
But 2K16 was the most
once again,
nostalgic.
it's no comparison. NBA 2K16, best simulation experience ever created for any gaming sports. NBA 2K16 had something I think most sports games struggle with: a skill gap. In that game, the dribbling, the defense, all took skill to do. Someone who plays 10 hours a day and who has mastered their craft of dribbling is gonna absolutely cook and 21-0 someone who does not play at all.
2K has had some incredible video games in the last decade. A joy to play, deep into the night till 5 a.m.
Is that how y'all remember it?
We've also had some abominations they called AAA video games. Just games that shouldn't have released, that were wildly unfinished, or that came with big ideas.
Bro, not only was 2K18 one of the most worst games of all time, not even talking about basketball, but like just from the standpoint of like just being boring, bro. Like, god dang, that game was boring. Yeah, I struggled to play it for more than 3 hours, honestly. And that's saying something. Just because it was the most repetitive 2K, to be honest. And 2K is repetitive though, because it's just playing basketball. But I don't know, it was more repetitive than any other 2K because you couldn't go anywhere. You was trapped there.
And poor execution. But it really depends who you ask, because for reasons I'm going to describe here in this video, everyone has a different answer. Regardless of who you ask though, 2K11, 16, and 19 are always top contenders, so let's talk about them. Why those games were so great, what 2K did to fall off, and how they can come back.
I would say the turn for the worst for 2K would have to be when they were just adding way too many things into the game without really understanding what the game really needed and its fundamentals and its core values. When they just started adding all this extra stuff to Park, when they were adding all this extra things to like my team, when it didn't actually address some of the core issues and problems of my team, all the extra things without addressing the...
Like what though? Because you got to realize all this other stuff has been in the game, but when you say adding, all right, it don't have to make the game better, but it doesn't make it worse. So I don't think that's the main problem. They do need more devs, bro. That's probably the main problem. They need more devs. They need more. Just hire me already, man. I'm already I'm a former 2K dev. You know, but I don't know what I'm talking about. Just rehire me, man. I know what I'm talking about, bro. I literally made 2K16 and 19 what it is. Also, I had to say in 17 too.
Core problems is where they went wrong. They thought that a lot of the problems that they had could just be masked over with these other things that they added to the game that was completely unnecessary.
But there's a
last time pausing the video because I know I paused it too much times. But look, when you take all that stuff, he is kind of right. He is kind of right because there was massive server issues, all that, the bugs, the glitches. The VC glitches was nice. I ain't gonna lie. I did make a good amount, maybe a mil off of that, and I did waste it on my team packs. That was the best 2K19 just because of that VC glitch. But 2K adds so much stuff every year, and it's the same problem. Server issues, you got glitches, bugs, all that.
A few different variables that change people's answer. And the first one is what game modes you play.
That's
if you're a huge Pro-Am head, you might like 2K17. If you're a huge Park head, you might like 2K17. My GM, not so much.
The greatest 2K of all time, still 2K16. Man, the gameplay, the dribbling, the build system, the balance, the
build system was not good. I'm not gonna lie, all these people saying 2K16 was the best 2K, it wasn't. I'm gonna just say that right now. y'all just going off of nostalgia. It wasn't the best 2K. Come on. Yeah, cool. It had a little. Everybody had their little, their little fun on it. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the most fun, but
actual
still got
good affiliations, solid, creativity. They had like a water park, amusement park, and like a rivet factory.
Now 2K17 was nice.
Oh my, that's the only 2K I've actually played the soundtrack on.
To be honest, no.
It also really depends what your
16,
first 2K
like
was. If you played
more.
2K16, you think it's the greatest, but you never played 2K11, you're missing context. And 2, you tend to have fond memories of your first 2K. Even though 2K10 was the first one I played seriously, I have fond memories. I mean, my memories will lead me to believe it was better than 11, even though we know that to not be the case. It also really depends how many 2Ks you've played. There's a term used to describe this called franchise fatigue. The more you play a certain franchise, the more you get tired of it. So even if they're putting out the same level of output and innovation, you're not as surprised by it anymore. It's not as new to you as the first one you've ever played. And so the more you play, the likelihood that franchise fatigue sets on you is significantly higher.
2K would have to go back to the basics. If 2K wants to come back to peak level of relevancy, if they want to come back to that fun game that we all fell in love with playing, they're going to have to go back to the basics and fix a lot of core mechanics, bring back this simplistic gameplay that made a lot of people fall in love with it. And then from there, when you are able to...
He's talking about basic single archetypes, sharpshooter, playmaker, or he might be talking about just 2K16 build, where you just add the wingspan, the height, the weight. Yeah, and just shoulder length and all that. You get the little position in that, so you go in and then 2 can give you your stats based on
establish
your height and all that.
Then you can continue to add on, the sprinkles, but you have to go back to bringing back what actually makes the game matter, which I believe is gameplay.
It also really depends if you equalize for expectations. In NBA 2K10, when they introduced the My Career, everybody was excited with the new story mode. Now we're used to it.
Bro, why he always be doing the most, bro? Is that a bow and arrow? What is he doing?
2K21 Next Gen, that's to be expected. NBA 2K14, the same happened. They introduced a park. Now, if we don't get new parks, it's something to be disappointed about. So if you don't equalize for expectations, NBA 2K11 is not going to be the greatest of all time to you. Well, it's true. The series has come a long way since NBA 2K11. There's a lot more depth now. There's a lot more to the game between my team and the new and improved Pro-Am that they used to call the Crew. They got Play Now Online, they got a park mode, they got a 3v3 Pro-Am, and the list continues to go on and on. But those who played NBA 2K11 back in the day remember it was very innovative, and at the time it had depth.
I think what makes a good 2K game is fun. That's we play games to have fun. A skills gap. I think it's frustrating for a game that, you want to play a lot to not have a skills gap, because then you kind of feel like you're playing for no reason. And then a motivation to play. Why do I want to keep getting on this game? Am I leveling up? Am I going to unlock something cool at the end? I think those 3 things are important.
2K17 and all
and
that.
The last variable is how long it's been since that 2K release. For whatever reason, people tend to hate the current one. Oh, but they love it when 3 years pass. And so for whatever reason, games like NBA 2K16 were disliked at the time. Now they're loved. They're well known as one of the, if not the greatest 2K of all time. But today here in this video, we're getting down to the bottom of it.
My favorite 2K of all time is 2K18. No, it's not. It's 2K16. We just said this. I thought it was well polished, a lot of things you can do in the game, and a lot of innovation too. It just felt really cohesive. The best 2K I've ever played is probably still 2K16. It's still probably 2K16. Everything that they provided in that game, I love it.
Guess.
So I would still say 2K16 is the best one I've ever played. I feel like there was a lot more that was not only in the game, but it was way more polished. My team felt very, very, very.
And guys, every word I say, it holds weight. Holds weight, man. I got my resume just speaks for itself, man. 2K15, I had it. You know what I'm saying? I had it. What else do I have in here? NBA 2K16. I had it. I played it, man. So I know what I'm talking about. I'm basically a 2K dev when it comes to this stuff. I know what I'm talking about, guys. So take my word. Whenever I say something, just take my word.
Well-rounded, and that was a game mode that you could play practically all year long. Park was also really fun. It felt like very easy to play.
Yeah, Park with your friends was very fun.
I didn't feel like I was being cheated out or anything like that. I didn't know Pro-Am.
I put together weighted rankings with 4 different criteria to determine whether 2K11, 16, or 19 was the greatest 2K of all time. The 4 criteria include how fun the game was to play, the overall experience of playing the game, the gameplay, and how much depth the game had. First up is experience, and that's the servers. And when you join your friend on your phone, did you join it on the first time? Small quality of life stuff that make the game fun to play. Next, gameplay.
Yeah, most of the time
Gameplay
on
is
16,
vital.
I
I mean,
did
just
do it
ask
on the
NBA
first
Live
time.
what it looks like to drop a game
16,
over and over
not
again
17
with bad
though.
gameplay.
Not 17.
It's not fun, which leads us to the next one.
So 16.
Fun. Gameplay can be great, but is it an enjoyable experience
Fun.
and worth
I had
playing?
fun on both
Last
16
but not
and
least,
17.
depth. Some NBA 2K games just have more depth than others. It
Depth,
really just comes
17
down to
definitely has the
replayability.
depth.
How can they come back? Yeah. It's actually quite simple. They can't.
Yeah, they can. Hire me. Bro. Hire me. Rehire me. I'll have the game back in 2 months.
So serious too. I'll catch you later.
And regardless of which NBA 2K was the greatest 2K
Greatest
of all time,
2K
the point
of all
remains,
time right
NBA
here.
2K21 Next Gen was just not it. It lacked on a lot of the criteria, man. It wasn't really much fun to play. The experience was absolutely atrocious. The gameplay felt bare bones and lackluster. And most importantly, didn't have much depth.
The replayability is by far, in my opinion, like the best aspect to what can make a really, really good 2K game. Because if you fall out of love or you fall to this like lull of playing 2K over and over and over again, it doesn't feel like new to you, or it doesn't feel like something you want to come back to. So if it's not replayable when they do those small little tweaks, then they can just really ruin the game, because at that point I can just go back to the previous iteration. So replayability to me is what makes a 2K game really great.
There's an interesting paradox I want to bring to your attention. For a video series I was shooting, I had an opportunity to play the entire NBA Ballers series. Played the first one, was stunned at how fun the arcadey basketball experience can be. Played the second one, even better. Gameplay was smooth, silky, enjoyable, fast-paced. Then I played the third. They had some big ideas, but the execution was poor, and the third one was a flop, ladies and gentlemen. NBA Street 1 and 2, great time. 3,
I ain't play that. I ain't play no
It
Street.
almost seems as though
I know about
developers
that.
try and do a little bit too much, and it ends up bogging the game down with clunky mechanics that make the game unfun to play. So NBA 2K, I need you to start removing animations when there's no reason not to. I need you to start adding in animations that make the game fun and fast. When you slow the game down, you make it less fun to play.
What?
And beyond all of that, stop introducing new technology to the game that doesn't actually improve it. I heard so much about random physics improvements to the footwork in the game, only to find out that when you actually play it online, none of that really applies. The gameplay still feels sluggish.
What's that badge? What's that reading react badge? Lightning reflexes. Yeah, never should have been in the game. The little what's that feature called when you use the shot stick feature? Yeah, that was a bust. Nobody uses that. If you're good at the game, you don't use that.
Everybody's
All these
experience
other-
on the game is
it's-
different,
it
and
doesn't
depending on
matter.
who you
Doesn't
ask,
matter.
a game like NBA 2K17 can rank as one of the best or worst 2Ks of all time. Again, the variables do play a very big role. To
He just got
illustrate this,
mad
I decided to
skinny.
ask some content creators in Hank the Tank, Joe Knows, and
That's
Troy
tough.
Dan to put together their tier list of the last decade of 2Ks to see which one they thought was the best, and this is what it looks like. On the left, we got Hank the Tank. In the middle, we got Joe Knows. And on the right-hand side, we got Troy Dan's list. And you can
Oh, hold on. Let me see.
got Hank the Tank.
Hank
In
the
the middle,
Tank.
we got Joe Knows.
Joe
And on the right-hand
Knows. Who's this?
side, we got Troy.
Troy Dan said 2K21 Next Gen is a GOAT. GOAT? Alright, so Hank the Tank says 2K15 says alright, okay. Great. 2K14, 19, alright. Mid 20. I would put 20. I ain't gonna lie, I like 20. Trash 18 and 21 Next Gen. I wouldn't put Next Gen in trash though. Alright. I would put Next Gen in mid. I would put it in mid. 20 was great. 19 was elite. 14, I didn't really play 14. 15, GOAT. 16, GOAT. 17, alright, I would go with that. Yeah, not because of the gameplay, just because of the memories and the fun I had on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm truly enjoying the 2K, it was those 3 2Ks. I can't even lie to myself. So I would put those GOAT too. You know what I'm saying? 2K11, I never played it. Okay. 18, no, trash. Put 18 trash. 21 current gen is the same thing as 2K20, so whatever, put that in mid. It's the same game. Just a placeholder until next gen came out. But yeah, all right.
Troydan's list. And you can tell there's big differences in the three. I mean, Hank has 2K15, 16, and 17 at the top because he primarily plays Park. Troydan oddly has NBA 2K21 at the GOAT tier. I actually couldn't tell if he was trolling when he told me that. I wasn't sure.
I can't say that.
That would be pretty challenging, you'd argue, to just find some consistencies in these tier graphs. And I was curious. I brought the question to YouTube and asked you guys in the form of a community poll, and y'all had this to say. The best 2K of all time, and with 177,000 votes, which is crazy by the way, NBA 2K16 won in a pretty decent landslide. At 55%, 2K11 ranking in at 6%, 19 at 11%, other at 20%, and I don't know at 7%. King Superior put up a good point. He said, most people on this list have never even played 11. That's why it doesn't have a lot of votes. And again, depending on whether 2K19 or 11 or 16 was the first 2K you played, the 10th 2K you played, depending on which
2K11 came out, I was playing Mario Party, Mario Kart, yeah, playing Zelda. I wasn't worried about no sports game. What? I was enjoying my childhood, man.
Game modes you played, because of course those
all
varied.
Nintendo
And all
games.
the other variables all played a role in how 2K16 won this in absolute landslide.
I need you to make sure that quality of life improvement, the small stuff,
Playing
make the overall
Naruto
experience
games,
fun,
everything,
are
Dragon Ball
adjusted.
Z.
I need you to make sure that
that
games matter and there's ranked modes and good leaderboard systems so that you can grind and you have an incentive to get better and play the game and level up in the leaderboards.
Yeah.
And more importantly, I need better rewards. When I level up my player after a very long time of grinding a mindlessly boring experience, I need to be rewarded with something. Make the experience of grinding fun.
Yeah,
make the
I can say that.
enjoyable to get.
You know what I'm saying? The
games
rewards
mean
in
something.
2K21 Next
That's
Gen
how you
is
make a good
the
basketball
worst I ever
product.
seen.
I decided to put together a weighted score, so gameplay and fun get 3 times multipliers, and depth and experience get 2 times multipliers.
Nah, I don't think y'all understand how bad the Rebel Boys in Next Gen is, bro. I'm still like a All-Star 2, and that's on PS5. On Xbox, I'm not even an All-Star yet. I'm not grinding it. Yeah, I'm not grinding it. It's no point. You don't get nothing good until you hit Elite anyway. You take off my shirt. I've been able to do that for years. So,
Once you input in all of the numbers, you get the weighted score. NBA 2K11 gets
my
a
damn
score
shirt,
of
Ronald.
85.
Come on now, Rodney.
That's really
Whatever
good.
your name
NBA
is.
2K19 gets a score of 82. That's solid. But what I think a lot of people are starting to realize as the years go on, and was made very apparent even in this weighted scale here, is that NBA 2K16 is the greatest 2K of all time with a grand score of 98. It didn't matter whether you played my team or my GM, or it could be Pro-Am or Park. You had fun memories of the game. You had a lot of fun. The game
it's really the memories,
the overall experience just felt whole. For a long time, it was kind of just like a question mark in my head, but to actually have an answer, it feels odd. And so the objective is pretty simple. If 2K can make the next 2K look a lot more like NBA 2K16, we'd be in a much better place.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna do that. So yeah, but I might edit this. I don't even know. It depends how long it is. If this is over 20 minutes, I'm not editing it. You're gonna get a raw cut of footage. I ain't gonna lie. But let me know if y'all think in the comment section. What's y'all favorite 2K of all time, man? I'll probably say 17, bro. I had most fun on that. 15 or 17. I had fun on all 3 of those. I can't even say that. With fun with friends. Friends started to stop playing around 17, so I don't know, man. I had the most fun on those 3 though, definitely, man. The memories are just irreplaceable.